All right, you guys ready for story time? I'm ready to tell you a story. Recently, you know that I was looking for somebody to help me here in the shop. There's me and Young, the two owners of the company. He's the main owner. I'm the junior owner, the general manager, and I have money invested in the company. So me and him both make decisions together. We don't do it without the other one talking about it because I bring a lot of value to the company. I bring a lot of customers. I bring a lot of you to the company. So it's a huge asset to the company in general, right? Well, we talked and we decided that we would entertain an A-level tech. We wanted to bring an A-level tech on board, and we were willing to pay big money for this guy to perform, do his thing, be able to be good for us, good for the customers, because me and him can't step away from our jobs in order to do that. So somebody that we knew applied for the job verbally, wanted to come in for an interview. And I happen to know the guy. How I know the guy is the guy came here previously. And he met with me months ago just to talk and make face and stuff and just be friends. Really cool. Everything was nice. And then the gentleman expressed months later interest in working for me because he said, I think it'd be pretty cool to work for you. I think it would be awesome to learn under you, and then us be friends and continue to grow the company together. I can be your front end service guy, and I'm like, wait a second. I was looking for an A-level tech, but I guess I could use a front end senior like service guy, senior advisor. Excuse me. So we had let the guy come in, talk to us, and he's telling us, kind of who he is and kind of what he does, and he's in a more prestigious position where he works than what he actually is, and it's like supervisory type stuff or whatever, and making it seem like he's pretty good at front end directing, kind of taking lead or something. So we're kind of going with it. And in the middle of all that, I'm sitting right here where I'm at, and I stood up and I said, I didn't stand up. I was still sitting here. I kind of turned towards him a little bit. I was tired, so I had my hands on my face, and I turned towards him and I said, "Hey, man, by the way, where do you work?" And he said, let's just say Reading Rainbow for purposes of not giving away the business name. And I was like, no. Really? Well, yeah, I work for Reading Rainbow. And I'm like, what? That's my fucking business coach, man. The guy that runs that business is my business coach. He's my mentor in the business that kind of oversees what's kind of like, we give him like weekly, bi-weekly reports, monthly reports on kind of how the business is growing, and we're trying to develop it and get better. And I'm going to all these management owner classes and stuff. And he was like, oh, well, basically, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal with me working here. And I was like, dude, I can't fucking hire you, man. And he was like, I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal working here. He's kind of done with me anyway. And I don't know exactly what he said when it came to that. And I guess they just kind of grew apart from each other, and they really don't, want to be in the same business together or something. Like, just maybe both of them are just done with each other. Like maybe he's getting abused a little bit too much on labor and stuff that he's putting out with being a tech and supervising, and not directly given the title for being a supervisor, but he has to do it, and blah blah blah, all the other good stuff that comes along with storytelling about your position in the automotive field. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess whatever. It was like a Wednesday when this happened. And mind you, the night before, the guy says, I come by tomorrow and talk to you. I says, oh yeah, I'll be here 7 o'clock in the morning. You can be here. I'll be here. I get no response back, no nothing other than, I think it was just he showed up. There was no response the next day. And I was expecting it to be sometime in the morning, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to work kind of feel. It's not what happened. It was like close to the end of the day, close of business when it happened. It was starting to get dark out already. We're already got the doors closed up, trying to leave. And Yeah, so I thought about it for a little bit. We're gonna hire the dude. We're gonna give him a chance Monday. We start him at a lower pay just to kind of get a feel for him and stuff, and see where we're gonna go with him, because that's not really the initial positions we were interested in hiring. We had specified a few times we're really looking for an HVAC. Well, maybe I could do some stuff and wrench on some stuff in the shop and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll try you at the front end position and see where we're at. Maybe it'll make my job easier. A couple of days go by. Friday, I have my afternoon meeting with my business coach, and I says, hey man, before we even get started with this meeting, I gotta just let you know up front. One of your employees is trying to come work for me, and I'm gonna hire him. I hope it doesn't ruin anything between us. I really like you, man. You're a great dude. You're smart. But I wanted to be straight with you before, waiting to the last minute. And he says, well, who is it? And I give him the guy's name, and he was like, I don't know who that is, man. And he's thinking about it, and having a hard time coming. And then he's like, you know what? I do know who that is. I let that guy go back in January. He hasn't worked for me since January. It's November now. He hasn't worked for me since January. It's a whole year almost. I don't know what that guy's been telling you. I said, well, he said he was doing some kind of supervisory type stuff or whatever, and my business coach was like, no, it's not even what was happening. The guy was having a lot of problems showing up on time. There was a lot of drama getting started in the shop between techs, going from tech to tech, and then it would almost be like he would just disappear in the middle of starting the drama. And what I hired him for was like a tire changer, oil changer guy, clean up the tools, make sure the tool room and everything was organized, keep the trash and stuff taken out. I didn't hire him as a supervisor or even anything more than that, and it was hard enough just to get him to do the things that I hired him for. And I was like, wow, this is shocking. And he was like, yeah, I know, man. And he's like, I can't tell you what to do. It's your business, but I can tell you what to do because you hired me as your business coach. And I'd never tell you to do anything that would fail the business. I don't think this is a good fit for you. And I was like, yeah, now that I'm hearing this and I'm thinking about all the stories that I've been told and the interview and everything else, I feel like my time has been wasted now, and I feel awful about this. So we talked about the business stuff and went on about our business, and I came back inside and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call this dude up. I'm just gonna be straight with him from the hit. Like, hey man, when were you let go, or when did you give your notice? I came back in, I sent him a text. I said, when did you give your notice for the job that you're at right now, so we can make sure everything's clear on the Monday start? And he says, oh, I gave it this week, and they already know, and they already got somebody lined up that's going to be manager and stuff, and everything's going to be okay. It's understanding, and they're their understanding. And so at this point, perpetuating and continuing the lie is already making me feel like I'm boiling. But I'm trying to keep myself together. I pick up the phone, I call him, I says, hey man, yeah, about you starting working here. I just got to be straight with you. I know you've been lying to me about the time that you were working and stuff. I found out that you actually weren't working. You haven't been working the entire year almost for the guy that you said you were working for, and that your job title and stuff really wasn't what you said it was, and that there's a lot of fabricated stories between you and me, or you telling me about yourself and kind of what you were involved in, and I understand that, you probably were doing more than what was let on, but because of the amount of lies that were being told and how the continuing story and stuff was being, I can't continue, man. I feel betrayed right now. I let you have my time. You came out, you talked to me. We met for hours before, and then you've been watching me online. You know how I am. You know I'm a straight shooter. You know I don't hide anything from anybody. I just cannot hire you. It's in our best interest both to part ways as any type of employment. I'd love to still continue to be friends with you and keep you as a subscriber here on the channel and stuff, but I can't hire you, man. And he said, well, maybe we can try for a couple weeks with no pay, and I was, no, I can't. That's obvious. That's definitely not an option. I just can't. You've betrayed my trust now, and the fact that you were so easy and so eager to tell that type of story the way that you did, and I had to catch you up in it. It's replaying in my mind over and over and over again. I don't like it. I can't do it. I can't hire you. Okay, I understand, man. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm sorry for doing what I did. And I said, I understand. Look, guys, be straight with people. You don't have to lie about anything. Be a man. Have a conversation. Shake somebody's hand. Look in their eyes. Be sincere about things. That alone will get you further than trying to lie your way into anything. If this gentleman would have came back and told me, 10 months ago or something like that, that he was, he had a falling out with his previous employer, they didn't see eye to eye on things, and blah blah blah. He moved on about his business, and he's been working side jobs and doing some delivery service stuff for the last 10 months, and he's just looking for another opportunity. I would have hired him. I wouldn't have given a second guess at it. But the fact that he told me, wasted my time, and kept lying and making up stories along the way to make it seem like he was this person we needed, I have a problem with that. Don't be that guy. This was an opportunity that would have been probably a really good opportunity, and I hope this is a lesson that he learned from this, and also I learned from this. So that's why the help that I said I was going to hire didn't make it. Thanks for understanding. Be blessed. Have a great day.